Welcome to the Drew Kelly Show. Let it unfold. Where hearts are laid bare and stories are told. From laughter to pain, the journey is real. On this vibrant stage, we're ready to heal.
Hello, good people. It's your boy, Pastor Drew, from the Drew Kelly Show. That's right. We're back with another episode. Man, Praise Factor is getting to us, bro. We're interviewing all the people on the main stage and some of the finalists. Also, we've decided to go ahead and interview this young lady that we're interviewing on tonight. I met her last year on the red carpet. We chit-chat for just a minute. It wasn't until she got back to Columbus, Ohio, that we had a conversation, and I was like, man, super talented, anointed, and good person. I love good vibes. How about you? This sister had very good vibes, and we stayed in touch, and we're going to have her here on tonight. We're going to find out what's been going on. She is none other than singer, writer, and from what I heard, she's doing a little bit of producing and mixing tracks and all kind of stuff. She is Naniere Thomas. She's got a new cut. We're going to talk about that as well. But before we do that, let me introduce you to my side and my kick.
Memories of what you did for me on Calvary, how you gave your life to set me free. Memories of what you did for me on Calvary, how you gave your life to set me free. Memories.
And it's just been a treat to work with this young lady. She's also going to be on the main stage this year at the 17th Annual Praise Factor Award in Atlanta, Georgia. It's actually Monroe, suburbs right outside of Atlanta. But she's going to be on the main stage as well. And she's going to give y'all her new cut. As a matter of fact, Sister Girl, I mean, most folks got to go to 7-8 cities to do a tour. She's doing like 3 days, 3 nights there right in Atlanta while all of this is going on. She's none other than the one and only Robin Birch. Hey, Robin.
Oh, hello.
Welcome. Thank you so much for being with your boy, Pastor Drew, and putting it down, giving the peoples, that's people if you're a college student, giving the people what they need and what they want each and every night. But we've been going Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. No, we've been doing Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, but we added on because the Praise Factor is here and Robin's got to take off on Thursday and so many people are going to be traveling and this, that, and the other. So we had to squeeze all of this stuff in at the last minute. So we went ahead and added Monday in as well. Whew. But hey, Robin, listen, look, when I talked to you earlier on today, it sounded like, boy, you was like, oh my God, I got to get home. I heard you trying to get through the turnstile.
I look, walking through wondering why is this thing not allowing me to go? And I'm like, wow, well, you got to pay to get in. Okay, you forget about that. It was one of those days.
Wow. Helen Reddy said rainy days and Mondays always got her down. I'm like, the devil is a liar. I will not let him do it. Because I did not want to get out of the bed this morning. And that song ran through my mind, you know, rainy days and Mondays always get me down. I was like, that's a lot. Because if I let this, if I let this rest on my mind, then my whole week is going to drag. And so, nope, the devil is a liar. But hey, listen, my very special guest, or our very special guest on tonight, I told you all of the things that she does. She's none other than Naniere Thomas. Hey, Naniere.
Good evening.
Welcome.
Thank you.
Welcome to the Drew Kelly Show. What's popping in Columbus? Oh, hoo-hoo.
Same old. Getting ready to go to Praise Factor, just like my sis over here. So
wow.
So when do you Friday?
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Oh man, so you leave just in time to get there, throw the bags in the room, and
yeah,
do what you need to do. Wow. that's kind of fun, at least back when I was 18, 25. Now that I'm old, I need time. I need time. Oh, I got to do this tomorrow. Well, I need to get there the day before because I need to. Yeah. But it's so much fun. It's so much fun to be around people that do what you do. There's people that tell you, oh, Nanny, I love that song. I love what you do. And I love this. But in all actuality, a lot of the people that say that to you, they really don't understand all that it takes to put into what it is that you do. And so when you're around people who also have either trying to do it, is doing it, or have done it, it does you good to get into that atmosphere and just mix and mingle with those type people. I was really impressed. Last year was my first year at Praise Factor, and I was really impressed, especially with the main stage and how all of that turned out. It was really nice. I'm going to throw it over to one of the best interviewers on the entire service. It's all yours, Robin.
Oh, welcome, sister girl. How are you?
I'm okay. How you doing, sis?
I'm doing good. It's been a minute since we spoke. Yes, you got some things going on. I looked at your bio and I looked at your itinerary, and I'm like, 2024 has been popping. It's been going for you. That's amazing.
Yes.
Nanyir Thomas.
Yes, ma'am.
Nanyir, tell us about you. Nanyir, I'm reading some of this stuff. Nanyir, so you say you've been singing for as long as you can remember.
Literally, for as long as I can remember. I grew up singing quartet music with my mother, my father, and my sister. We were the Martin Singers in Youngstown, Ohio. And my dad says 4 years old. My mom says 5 years old. So one of them. I started singing and been singing ever since, literally. So
praise God. That is amazing. I understand. I understand that. That's it's in you.
Yes. Yes.
Come from a musical family. You're married.
Yes.
You have 2 college students.
Well, I'm married to my high school, junior high school. I met her when I was 14.
Okay.
And we have 2, one in college and the other in the military. Okay. So yes. So
all right.
Keep us on our toes.
I know.
Yes.
Said, oh, you've been worship leader at your church for 10 years?
It's been probably been longer than that, but I've been there for a while.
Okay.
Yes. We moved to Columbus in 2001, and I joined that church in 2002, and I waited a couple years. So I would say maybe 2005. So it's been a long time. I've been the worship leader there for a long time.
Amazing. Amazing. Here, your bio says, because this is some of the stuff that I'm learning, even though we know each other by way of Donald Walton Gospel Network, you know, sometimes we know each other, but we don't know each other, right?
Right.
So, so this was amazing. Reading your bio was amazing. You've been a part of several productions, stage musicals, concerts. You sang background with several artists. Tell us how did that come about, and how was that? I know that's exciting to me.
Well, when we moved to Columbus, I stopped singing, like touring and everything, because I used to tour with my parents. Okay. And we slowed down, and when we moved to Columbus, we couldn't do that any longer, of course. And I put that to the side, got a job, went back to college, because I dropped out when I got pregnant with my son.
Okay.
So I dropped out, went back to college, graduated from college. That's actually something God told me to do. Go back and get that degree. You were almost done. Get that degree. So I went back to college, got that degree, and just worked, moved up in my career. And then when our kids graduated from high school, I didn't have a life, because you put your everything into your kids. You make everything about them. And then when they graduated from high school, my husband and I are looking at one another like, what? You don't have anything to do. So I was like, okay, we need to pick up a hobby or something. And then that's when God said, okay, get back into your music. And that's when I started to find my own sound. Because I did try to do quartet, because that's what I knew. I didn't know God had other plans for me. So I tried to figure out my sound, accepted it, because it was different. It was new, and it was uncomfortable. I wasn't used to it, but I accepted what the style that God gave me, and I just kind of took off from there. Went back into the swing, was joined a couple plays to try to get my name out there, because everyone knew me in Youngstown. That's where I'm from originally, but didn't know me in Columbus. So I joined got in a couple plays, sang background for some people, played a couple parts, so my name could get out there, and I could get used to, believe it or not, get used to being in the front, because growing up, my mother sang lead, and I was always in the back. So I had to get comfortable with being up in the front. So
that sounds like my story right there. Coming back after a Praise Factor, not coming back as a singer and an artist, because I always sung, but Praise Factor season 15 was me coming back, pursuing my dream of becoming a recording artist. And it had been like a 27-year delay, because life happened. Marriage, children, all this stuff. But then when the children got grown, then I ended up raising grandbabies. And then God said, then God said, now it's time. Now it's time. So I understand that. And then finding your sound and then accepting it. I'm telling you, it sounds like a mirror of that. So, finding your sound. And I'm telling you, I listened to both your new songs. I love your sound. I want you to know that I love your style. From the time I first heard one of your songs, when I was with Donna, we were all together with Donna Walton. I heard that. I love your sound. I love your sound. Tell me, what is when it say you debuted in 2013 with Romans 8. What is that about?
So that came from me just having quiet time with God and thinking about all the things that I have been through, because we have been through a lot. We have been through a lot of sickness. And when it comes with sickness, that affects your finances. And I just thought about a lot of the things that we've been through. Like, my husband should have died in a car crash when I was pregnant with our daughter. He should have died. It makes no sense that he survived. Makes no sense. And when you looked at the car, the driver's side was pushed all the way over to the passenger side of the car. He was T-boned and the car was folded. He should have never survived. I really should have been a single mother. But when I started thinking about things like that, and again, our finances, God would just have a blessing, a financial blessing come out of nowhere, just out of nowhere, just all of the things that God had done for us. And I just was sitting down and I was just thanking God, and I was having a moment and I was crying and everything. And in that moment, God took me to Romans 8. 28 says, for I'm convinced, or the last couple of verses says, for I'm convinced that neither life nor death nor angels nor principalities nor things present.
Nothing.
That's what it took me to. And when I started thinking about that, and the melody just came to me, and that was my first song. That's the song that I struggled with. After that, I kind of took off running, but because I tried to make it quartet again. And once I accepted, I was fighting with God, you know, because we think we know. I was fighting with God, and God finally told me, Nair, you are going to do music for people outside of the four walls of the church.
Yes, yes.
So it's not going to sound like quartet. It's not going to sound like Sunday morning. But your job is to put scripture in it. So all of my songs are full of scripture.
Yes.
It might sound like rock and roll, it might sound like jazz, but you're going to get word.
That's right.
Full with scripture.
That's
so go ahead.
You know, I love how we go through stuff and he uses that.
Yes.
Because it's through that we're going to reach people, and they can feel that comes out in that realness, that rawness, that comes out in your music, and that anointing that goes forth and just touches the very heart and unlocks the things that people have gone through. And a lot of times we go through stuff that we don't understand. It's not for us. It's because that's who God has called us to be.
Yes.
And you know what? Out of all the things that we've gone through in our life, to be able to do this, to be able to be a mouthpiece, to be able to sing of the goodness of the Lord and know that it affects people, unlocks things, heals them, bring them healing and deliverance, and point to the Lord. Now, that right there is that's awesome, you know, to be able to do that. But yes, I absolutely know where you're coming from, sister girl. Finding your sound and accepting your sound. How was that? That was a terrifying. I wrestled with God just like you said. That, and it's like once you stop, how was that when you really just say, God, I put it in your hand. I'm gonna be who you call me to be.
It was some steps to it, because people aren't going to understand. People who've been listening to you since you were a child, they're expecting this sound. And when you come out with a different one, they're like, well, what is that? I don't like that. And, you know, and I had to get to a point where I respectfully say, it's not for you. I'm okay with that. It's not for you. This is what God told me to do, and I'm going to honor him. You may not like it, and that's okay. I'm okay with you not liking it. I can't live with God being upset with me. You don't have to like it, but I know who my audience is, so that's who it's for. And once I got to that point where I said, you know what, this is what God wants. And he blesses it, and he blesses it. And my cousin, she told me, God trusts you because you're going to deliver it the same way he gave it to you. So that's what I do. That's what I do. Some may like it, some may not. This is not for you.
and it's the freedom, right? It's that freedom that you get when you say, I'm going to be who God created me to be, regardless. I love what Charles Stanley always say, obey God and leave the consequences to him. Long as you know, it's not up to us what people think. What people think about us ain't none of our business, right? We just got to be obedient to God. So I see Mr. Kelly has come. So thank you so very much for allowing me to interview you.
I'm just listening, and you guys, Nanny Eric, she didn't mention, but her husband shouldn't be here. And she's got story and pictures, and he's wrote a book, and everything that you were saying pertained to her. There's no, when you hear this man's story, there is no reason for it. And this man is back to work and driving, and there is no reason this man should be able to talk, think, remember, or anything. So there's so much, and her music it's multicultural, multifaceted, multiplicited. You all have a lot in common.
Yeah. I listen to your music. I'm like, okay. We do have a lot in common.
Yes, yeah, because so many years I try to be who people, they know me with the ballads, they know me as the worship leader. I too have been a worship leader for over 25 years, leading out worship, teaching worship, and they know me by that. But when God changed the platform and he put me in sweats with a hula hoop, he caused me to come out with my music, people started looking at me crazy.
Right.
Go back to God and say, God, what's going on? What's going on?
You remember that little Pentecostal worship leader? Girl, she done went crazy.
That's what they'll say. Pull the shirt up and get back in the pulpit. Take off the workout clothes and get back in the pulpit.
Right. I was gonna say you better be glad you better be glad it ain't the music and doing that back in the day. They was like, hey, look at her shaking. She got that hula hoop. She just want to show them. She just want to.
No, it wouldn't be shaking. Look at her gyrate.
Right, Nanny here. Hey, baby girl. Thank you so much for accepting my invitation to come on with your boy Pastor Drew and Robin. Thank you so much. Back in March. The Gospel Choice Music Awards, you were up for Contemporary Christian Artist of the Year. You was up for Emerging Christian Gospel Artist of the Year, Female Artist Vocal of the Year, Gospel Jazz Artist of the Year, Urban Inspirational Artist of the Year, Gospel Religious Songwriter of the Year, and Song of the Year.
Yes.
Wow. Yeah. Were you amazed when you saw your name and you kept singing in all these categories? It's like, wow.
You know what? It's amazing, but it's also I know what I'm doing. I'm just trying to encourage somebody, for somebody to hear, for somebody to be encouraged by it. But it's humbling when your peers see it, you know, as you, like you mentioned earlier, you understand what all we have to go through just to get here. Right. So it's humbling when your peers,
when they give it to you. Absolutely. And then Praise Factor up for Urban Solo Artist of the Year and Alternative Solo Artist of the Year. You made it through round 1. Yes. Then you got that notification that told you that you made it to round 2. Then you got the notification telling you that you were a finalist, which will be done the 21st. On the 21st, at 6 p.m. in Morrow, Georgia. www.praisefactorawards.com. www.praisefactorawards.com. It's up there. Click on the link and go to tickets. Click on tickets. Be sure to purchase your tickets. If you should run into Nanny Air, you see her anywhere around there, tap her on the shoulder and say, hey, I saw you on the Drew and Robin show before you took off on that Friday and was running around like a crazy person. I saw you.
I don't. If I can survive Atlanta airport, I can survive anything. Okay?
I know that's right.
Listen, I joke, but I was so serious. It tested my Christian and my gangster last year. I was like, "What is this?"
Girl, Christian gangster out of you.
Lord. But I'm
international. It's just as crazy. The international, when you do international in Atlanta, is just as wild. Just as
imagine flying out of there 2-3 times a week and getting on the train and go to Concourse C and get to the gate number 59, and they tell you it's been changed to the T terminal, and you got to go all the way back down and get on the train and go all the way. That part. Now, Capital University Music Seminar. What was that about?
So that was me getting some information about mixing, because I told you I'm trying to do more of the production, composing. So most of the songs that I released were my songs. Like I got some software and figured out how to use it. But I needed to learn how to fine tune some things. One thing that I have an issue with recording at home is getting my vocals when I'm going from falsetto to full voice, trying to get that to sound right without it being pitchy and sounding crazy with recording. So that was to help me to, you know, fix those things like that I don't know, you know, I didn't know how to do yet. So.
And did it help?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Yes.
Then there was a Mother's Day brunch. After the brunch, you found out that you were a finalist from Praise Factor. Robin wasn't kidding, boy. You was busy all of 2024. Then came, look, when I heard it, I was like, oh, yeah, it's in there. July 19th, something special happened. Your single dropped, Testimony.
Yes.
Thank you. Loved it. How great. Yeah, that was good. The Texas Gospel Music Excellence Awards. You were National Female Solo nominated. National Female Solo Artist of the Year, National Inspiration Artist of the Year. Now, are you a member of that East Texas?
Yes.
You are? Okay.
Yes.
All right. Kingdom Image Award finalist, Inspirational Artist of the Year. Boy, they put you up everywhere. Everybody just nominating you.
And that's the thing about that one. Yeah, really? Well, all of them I'm excited about. But I actually was a finalist for Kingdom Image for one of the plays that I was in.
Okay.
So that whole production that did those plays, I was in probably like 2015. It's been a while. So it was awesome. And again, humbling that I was able to make a finalist as an artist. So, yeah.
Awesome. DWGN, what are those acronyms for?
Donna Walton Gospel Network.
Okay, I thought so. And their Gospel Music Heritage Celebration in Cleveland.
Yes, that was a couple weeks ago. It was myself, Born Again, Donna Walton, and Soul Winner. He's a rapper. And we did like a history of gospel music from hymns to like Negro spirituals to praise and worship, contemporary up through to rap. So it was a nice event. Yes.
Where's Donna Walton actually from?
Cleveland, Ohio.
He's from Cleveland?
Yes.
Oh, wow, I grew up in Cleveland. I know the name sounds familiar. Wow, okay. All right. Thank you so much for joining us here at the Drew and Robin Show. We're saying Drew Kelly for the rest of the year, but it's the Drew and Robin Show starting in January. Yeah, thank you so much for being here. Wish I could be at Praise Factor this year, but other obligations. But next year, it's on my calendar, and I'm not going to let anything interfere with being there next year. If it be God's will and he breathed into this black body, I will be there on next year. We spoke a little bit about your son in the Army. He's at basic training and he's going to be graduating. God bless you for being the mother of a soldier, someone who is giving service to the entire United States of America. I think that it is a wonderful, wonderful experience, and especially him starting at his age. It was the best move he could have ever made, even if he decided to just do these 4 and get out and go to college or to trade school or just go to work, whatever. This is the beginning of the rest of his life. He will never be the same when he comes home. And I told you I'm going to put him on my prayer list and be praying for him. And I gave you some pointers as a mom on what you need to do. I told Nanny here, for all of you moms out there, you got kids that are going into the military, make sure you tell your children when there is an issue, do not hesitate to go to the medics, to the doctor. Do not hesitate, because that little thing today could be something that affects you years from now. And if there's record of it, they're going to hook you up.
Yes.
So make sure you keep all your records. Anytime, tell your kids, anytime they go to the doctor, that they are to get a copy of those medical records. Get a copy and send that home to mama, to daddy, to somebody that keep records for you. Send that stuff home and you'll have a file forever of all of your stuff, because the military has the tendency to lose things and can't find things and shortcut things, and sometimes they transfer things over, and when they get transferred, the actual information doesn't read the same after the transcribing. And so make sure you keep all your records. Just a little note for all of the parents that have kids that are going in. Listen, every day I'm getting a letter from the military about this was done wrong and that was done wrong, and now they want to pay you for it, right? But there have to be records. You have to show that, you know, you were there in certain things that you went to the doctor for, not knowing that that had anything to do with anything. You were just having headaches. You didn't know why you had headaches. You were just having headaches. And then years later, they found out on that particular base or with that piece of equipment that they were using or in that area or chemicals or whatever, they find out, and now you got your record. So you can bypass all of the stuff that they want to take you through. What do you need? And when they tell you what you need, I got the records. I can send you a copy. So there you go. All right. Thank you once again, Nanny here. Thank you, Robin.
Thank you
for being here with your boy, Pastor Drew. Thank you, Dr. T and Tawana. Hey, I can't be a praise back to this year, but I know y'all gonna hold it down, and it's gonna be something to remember. If it's anything like last year, man, there was not a seat in the house. It was there was not. They opened the overflow, and even the overflow was all packed up. It was packed in there last year. So it was really nice. For those of you that have never been, man, if you want a pitch perfect sound, if you like concepts, I'm a sound person, and I love music that the sound is perfected. If you're one of those people that like live performances and you love pitch perfect sound, you ought to check this out. Again, it's the 19th through the 22nd, but the main stage ordeal is on the 21st. Red carpet is at 3:30. Show starts at 6:30 p.m. I'm your boy, Pastor Drew. Until next time, this time, God bless you, and we love you. God bless.
God bless.
Night.
Night.